In this issue of Fashion Classics, the year is 1991. Here's the hotline on what we wore. Meet romantic Frenchman Emanuel Ungaro. And Canadian Yasmine was making news as the hot model of the 91 season. Get your own hot lips with Christian Dior lipsticks. And see how Donna Karan turned up the heat for the 91 season on Fashion Avenue. Phillipe Modell accessories scored big that year. We'll take you to Paris. It's a trip back in time, so stay tuned. 1991. It was the start of a new decade. Here's an insider's look back at the fashion scene of the time. Its designers, its stars, its attitudes. Then and now it was an all-star gathering, and you have a front row seat.
I just love these shows because it makes you very proud to be a woman. You know, you see these like quintessential female creatures that are like just, it's like watching a big swan show. The most beautiful girls from all over the world.
It's artistic, it's creative, and you know, it's not a case of just going and buying something that somebody else dictates you should wear. It's making your own style.
I suppose what it is for me is clothes that make me feel good when I wear them. I suppose that's the simplest way of defining it.
I dress to make myself excited, no matter what it is, if it's jeans and a t-shirt or, you know, the outfit that I wore to the Academy Awards. I enjoy it. It's a form of expression for me, and I like dressing up.
At the start of the fall 1991 season, the new decade was barely 10 months old. It was an optimistic time in fashion, and designers looked forward to the promise of new technology in fabrics and new ideas inspired by the changing times. Here's the hotline on what was happening in fall 1991.
The fashion hotline for this season is jam-packed with hot fashion news, hot news flashes. There's new hot color. There are new hot silhouettes. There are hot new fabrics that are changing the very substance of fashion. It's a season that's going to be hot.
And what's hot this season is 3 key looks to recolor your wardrobe.
Color plays a key element, and it's really a Fauvet's dream because I used an explosion of colors.
I think colour's been incredibly important. We've seen an enormous amount of sort of blush pinks and nail varnish colours. You know, those colours you'd see on the nail varnish stand when you choose your nail varnish. There are hundreds of pinks and hundreds of oranges.
I think we're all going to need sunglasses. It really is colorful.
I would say probably fuchsia is the most important color for day and for evening, the fuchsias and the magentas.
Color is the one element of fashion that is going to change the way we've all looked and dressed for the past few years.
Hot color was the big news in the fall of 1991. Shades of orange, red, and fuchsia were never in such demand. In Milan, color was everywhere, and Biblos showed some of the brightest suits. That year, orange made the strongest color statement from Max Mara. And in London, the Brits followed suit. Kenzo colored it red hot in Paris. And the French classic, the Chanel suit, sizzled in fuchsia. 1991 saw American Bill Blass raise the red flag. And Anne Klein kept the look hot. But color was only one key element of the 91 season.
Well, I think the key silhouette of the season really is the idea of a skirt or a dress that has some sort of softness at the bottom. Whether it be a pleated skirt or it might be a dance or a flirt skirt.
The silhouettes are nipped and flared into the hemline, which is the new important silhouette for skirts for us.
I think we're going to be seeing a much softer skirt, a pleated skirt.
Everyone's going to do a short pleated skirt because this is the season of the short pleated skirt.
And the hotline for 1991 took to the bottom line with the season's ever-popular pleated skirt. The Italians loved to show a little leg, and in Milan, Gianni Versace went thigh-high. Laura Biagiotti created a Highland fling, and in London, Irishman Paul Costello went with the real thing. For 1991, Givenchy elegantly skirts the issue. And Karl Lagerfeld offered a new twist on classics at Chanel. In New York, Adrian Vittadini blends hot color with the season's hottest skirt. And Carmelo Pomodoro sculpted stretch wool gabardine. The news for 91 was in the stretch.
everything stretches. Not just bodywear, but tailored clothing and sportswear.
The jackets all stretch, so they have total flexibility and movement to it.
There's stretch in everything today, and just a subtle amount of it, so it breathes with the body.
I think the fabric today is the most important thing in fashion because it makes other shapes and it permits to move differently. And that's very important too, because clothes you cannot move and forget about them.
Today, stretch fabrics are part of every woman's wardrobe. But in 1991, they were revolutionary as high tech met high style. Stretch leggings were a wardrobe staple. We wore them with everything. Gianni Versace printed a stretch catsuit from head to toe. And in London, Rifat Ozbek also stretched the point. Sonia Rykiel's stretch velvets were ultra-modern and comfortable. And the newest idea of the 91 season was stretch denim and tweed from Chanel. Jewel tones colored stretch at Anne Klein. And Donna Karan even built stretch into her jackets and skirts. Burning color, hot pleats, sizzling stretch. The hotline on the trends for fall 1991. The legendary Christian Dior. No other designer in the history of fashion did more to epitomize feminine beauty and elegance. His first collection in 1947 was called The New Look, and it was the beginning of Dior's fashion empire. Come inside fashion to the world of Christian Dior. In 1991 and still today, the Dior name is synonymous with quality. From fashion to fragrance, ready-to-wear and beauty products, the spirit of Dior lives on. Dior's first and oldest beauty accessory is the one that no woman can live without: lipstick.
That's one item for a lady which is very important in her daily life. It's like a part of herself. Dior has always been by far the avant-garde in makeup. And Dior was the inventor of the collection process for makeup. We have to detect what kind of trend within 2 or 3 years will be developed in the fashion world. Because, of course, makeup has a close connection to dress, to fashion.
Fashion meets technology here at the Dior factory in Saint-Jean-de-Braz, France, one of the most modern plants in the world. Here, Dior continues its ongoing quest for the perfect lipstick.
The quality of lipsticks is a big question. Everybody wants to have a lipstick not too fat, not too dry, which wears well, which doesn't break, which has not drops of liquid when it's hot outside. And everybody wants these qualities. Of course, it's creating work to find shades going with fashion. So here in the lab, in very small quantities, we grind colorants. It's very complicated. You know, for our lipsticks, we need 4, 5, 6 different colorants. And we do many and many and many different trials to find the exact result we have in our head. It's not the first trials which are good. It's to go further and further, and each time to think we progress.
After 18 months of laboratory research and testing, a lipstick is ready for production. In 1990, 10 million lipsticks were poured by Dior. Many lipstick tubes are mounted by hand and checked for quality to create the most luxurious lipstick.
The best compliment for us, for a lipstick, might be a perfect love affair and loyalty. I think it's the case.
The Hotline on Lips from Christian Dior. it was only a fluke that she was discovered.
I had just permed my hair and I had come out of the hair salon and someone stopped me in Montreal and told me I should be a model and sent me to an agency.
Meet Canadian-born Yasmine Ungaro, one of the hottest faces to turn the modeling world upside down in 1991.
I'm not an actress. I was always really shy and it was very hard for me to get into this business because you can't be shy at all in this business, but it worked out well.
In 1991, the shy Yasmine was the hottest model on the circuit. Since then, she's also become one of the sexiest Victoria's Secret girls. Here's how she got her start.
I'm 20 years old. I was born in Canada, and I'm half Indian and half German. I don't understand why I'm doing well, and I don't know what I look like. I always thought I was white, but now apparently I'm exotic, so I couldn't even describe myself. And especially since I cut my hair, I don't feel sexy one bit. But that's nice to hear, though. It's really glamorous to look at, but the work that's involved to get to the glamorous stage is really difficult, and that's not glamorous at all. It's very hard work, and I'm not always thrilled about the work that I have to go through, but in the end, I would not give it up. If I stopped, I would regret it right away, definitely. I really like runway a lot. I prefer that actually to pictures because I can really do whatever I want and no one's controlling me. And it's nice to try and hold an audience. It's a nice feeling if you can make an audience feel the clothes. It takes a really good personality, and it's a lot of just chance though. I mean, you have to be beautiful, you have to have your own personality, but a lot of it is timing. You know, you just have to be in the right place at the right time. I hope to stay exactly the same because I see a lot of that, and I don't want to be sucked in by the business. I want to be exactly who I am, and hopefully I still am, but yeah. I don't want to change. You know, success, it doesn't have to change your personality. That's greed. So hopefully I'll stay the way I am.
Yasmine Ungaro, a star then and now. French designer Emanuel Ungaro is a visionary. His creative genius forged new directions in fashion through his use of mixed prints. Today, Ungaro has firmly established himself as one of the industry's great innovators.
I started mixing prints in 1968 exactly. And at that time I was killed by the press, by the people, by the customers. But I'm stubborn. I insist. And you know, that this became a fact of life, in fact. And I amused myself mixing different textures. It is interesting because it is my own vocabulary, my own language, my own way of communicate to others what I feel in life. I try to remain faithful to myself. I love that. You know, I love an evolution. I love to bring new, fresh things, but always with the same music. In a certain sense, other words, same music. You know, the music which is inside is important. The music of a collection, music of a style. But the style is an ethic, is a moral. And you have to be coherent with yourself. Not to repeat what you have done, but to make these things newer or with another flavor, another taste, but always with the same music. I love colors and I love women. That's very simple. And I love to communicate emotions. I love to communicate what I'm feeling inside of myself. To tell people, to tell women, what is fashion? Fashion has to be very simple, very clear, and very joyous, very gay. Has to be. I love to work. I really love to work. But because I have not the feeling that I'm working. Because I love so much, I'm working 12 hours a day. But not because I'm a workaholic, as you said in American, no? But because I love that. It's fantastic to play. This métier is full of generosity. It's full of emotion. It's full of new things. To try to understand women is fantastic, which is a mystery for me. A very deep, deep mystery. And each day I try to understand more and better women.
In 1991, Ungaro's passion for design gave rise to his bridge line called Emanuel, a sporty, less expensive collection aimed at the American market.
As a Parisian French house doing high fashion, doing ready-to-wear, to bring to the American market another idea of what is exactly a French designer. It's a concept completely done for the American customers. This new product has to be full of life, full of these things. It has to be lyrical. And that's beautiful.
In 1991, Parisian Phillipe Modell was the accessory designer turning heads. What began with hats in 1979 had grown to include some of the brightest, wittiest handbags and shoes.
I think accessories are so strong to express personality when you play with them. So I think people really are very, very interested to really play with that. And now there is a good way to do it with your own personality. So it's the way to change more easily look with accessories than with clothes and with an expense not this heavy. Black is going back. It was never gone, but it was a little snobism to say this year we want less black, and I think this season we really need some black back. And the same way to make your black strong is to play with some very strong and electrical, maybe colors like in the movies. Very artificial colors like in the movies, in small touches, like very synthetic green, very synthetic purple or orange, which are the most important colors. So I tried to express something positive. That is a kind of a message I want to say, and to try to be yourself and a little happy is always very positive.
Donna Karan is a native New Yorker. Here in the city that never sleeps, Karan's electrifying success has grown. In 1991, she was the name on everybody's lips. Her street-smart collections much in demand. It seemed that nobody understood women better.
Women who watch the show say, that they think I understand them. I said, well, I am them. We're women. Women and how they feel. Oh, she's me. I guess I'm Donna Karan. Me. I design for myself and women like me.
Her collection for fall 1991 was a triumph for modern women of the time and revolved around a woman's best asset.
The body has evolved itself this season. 6 years ago, it started as the bodysuit, and then it went into the unitard, and this season it's the body dress. So what we've taken is matte jersey, which we started out as a bodysuit, and now that's stretch, which has never yet been done, and developed them as dresses. And then it's a new way of wearing jackets. The fact that they're unlined, the jackets all stretch, so they have total flexibility and movement to it. And the thing about designing, which is great, is because you're always making it different, you know, and bringing it to another dimension. Oh, God, this leather jacket. I haven't gotten the leathers off because it really is the kind of thing that you throw on with everything, where from day to evening it's comfort, it's a new kind of jacket, it's sassy, it's sporty. DKNY has been a tremendous inspiration to me as well. Loving all the street fashion of what's happening there and saying, you know, it's cool, you know, I love it, but I want it done my way. Really a very signature collection for me. Everything that I really loved. I thought back over the 6 years and actually my lifetime of designing, and what I wanted to do was to sort of embody the best or the evolution of what we were designing. And I started out with the foundation of black, feeling that color was important, but women really do love black, and how to establish a new way of dressing in black, black with color. Sculptural. My husband's a sculptor, and he's been working on a project that I have found very inspirational. And off of this project came the inspiration of the collection as well as the menswear collection we worked on. So I was working on 2 new things right now, and all that really inspired this collection, the menswear, my husband's sculpture, and our basic signature feelings of black and gold.
And now here's some hot tips. What worked in 1991 can still work for you today. If you're a little color shy, anchor color with basic black, a hot tip that works any season all the time. And the short pleated skirt sizzled in 91, but it's a true fashion classic. To update the look, try long pleated skirts as a new option. Designers took stretch to the limit in 91, and today stretch fabrics reign. Wear tight to the body looks with big tops and sweaters. And don't forget that witty accessories are always in style and can easily change your whole wardrobe. And lipstick is the essential item for any beautiful face. For perfect lips, always use a lip liner and brush. Fashion classics from 1991.